highschoolfootballalabama.com. The Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder.
High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Anniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
This is the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our hardworking AHSAA crew, with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. It is the first round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Football Playoffs. Folks, it's the best time of year. There's no doubt about that. We've got a lot of teams from East Alabama, from classes 1A through 6A, no 7A teams involved. But we're going to bring you tonight, well, this will be one of the very few places, if not the only place, in the state of Alabama, where later on tonight we will bring you every score in the state. Now, you can get that in a lot of places, but as far as a bracket and graphically presented in real time tonight, not going to be many folks that have that this evening. So we're going to have that for you tonight. All of our local scores, special guests coming in. We've got a lot to cover tonight all the way until 12 midnight as we give you every score in the state from round one. We'll set the stage for round two, and a whole lot more as we cover high school football like nobody else right here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. Right now, let's jump to our local scores across East Alabama as we go to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard tonight. And we will begin with the Oxford-Chelsea game. This was a game played down at Lamar Field in Oxford. Oxford wins the game over Chelsea tonight, 30-20, kind of a back-and-forth game. Oxford actually trailed this game in the first half 17-3, and they outscored Chelsea 27-3 the rest of the way to win it 30-20. Oxford over Chelsea tonight. Also tonight, it was Fife, a winner over Walter Welborn, 34-0. Fife, the number 2 team in the state in Class 3A, playing at home at Paul Benefield Stadium in Fife. They beat Walter Welborn 34-0 as Welborn's season will end at 5-5. Also this evening, a top 10 matchup in the city of Montgomery tonight in Class 4A. St. James, the Trojans, hosting the Anniston Bulldogs. Again, a back-and-forth game. Anniston went for 2 at the end of the game to try to tie this game and send it to overtime. They failed in that attempt, and St. James escapes and ends the Anniston season as St. James beats Anniston tonight 28-26, the final. Maybe one of the more entertaining games of the night tonight was Sacs and Plainview. That game being played at Jack Stewart Field at Sacs. Sacs, the number 5 team in the state in 3A. We will have plenty of highlights from this game coming from Sacs. This was literally the last team with the ball wins the game. Sacs was the last team, I believe, with the ball. They won the game. Number 5, Sacs in a scoring shootout tonight. 89 points scored in this game as Sacs beats Plainview 46-43. Also tonight, another game that we were at, and we will have highlights of this game from the Creek Bank in Ohatchee in Class 3A first round action. Ohatchee was down 13-7 at halftime. They roar with 27 unanswered points in the second half as Ohatchee rolls over Geraldine 34-13. We'll have highlights of that game, tell you kind of how that game ended out there as Ohatchee beats Geraldine tonight 34-13 to advance to the second round of the Class 3A state playoffs. Alexandria, the game you heard right here on the Big 95 tonight, number 3 in the state in Class 5A. No problem at Death Valley. They roll over the Ardmore Tigers coming down from Madison County, 52-6 the final. This game was tied at 21 deep in the third quarter, and Jacksonville scores 3 unanswered touchdowns, 21 unanswered. Jacksonville, the Golden Eagles tonight at home at Golden Eagle Stadium, get a bit of revenge. Last year in the second round, it was Alabama Christian ending Jacksonville's season down in Montgomery. This year, Jacksonville turns the tables. The Golden Eagles move on to the second round as they beat the Alabama Christian Eagles tonight. That was by a score of 42-21, the final from up in Jacksonville. Ranburn's season comes to an end deep in South Alabama. They were playing at Elba tonight. The Tigers win the game 55-28, the final from down in Coffee County at Elba. 2 local teams playing each other in Class 1A playoff action tonight up at Cedar Bluff. This was a back-and-forth game, but Woodland, an upset. They go in and beat the Cedar Bluff Tigers at LD Bruce Field at Cedar Bluff tonight. The final, Woodland 28 and Cedar Bluff 20. Hanley, the Tigers in Class 4A, no problem at home tonight at Wright Field in Roanoke, beating the Geneva Panthers. Hanley dominating in this 4A playoff game, 42-6 the final. Wadley and Galesville. This is a final now. Wadley led 28-0 in the first half, and they keep pouring it on in the second half as Wadley, number 8 in the state in 1A. They've only lost 1 game. That was last week to Spring Garden at home. Tonight they beat a Cherokee County school as Wadley wins over Galesville 48-14. Just up the road, Central of Clay County, number 8 team in the state in 5A. They beat Carroll of Ozark tonight. Central of Clay County advancing again to the second round of the 5A playoffs as the Vols roll over Carroll 41-14. Sylacauga and Andalusia. Boy, Sylacauga ran into a buzzsaw tonight down at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. Andalusia comes in, one of the hottest teams in the state in Class 5A. And they rout the Aggies tonight, 42-7 the final from down at Sylacauga. Last night in Sylacauga at Legion Stadium, it was B.B. Comer taking on G.W. Long, and B.B. Comer was a winner over G.W. Long in a game that was only 7-0 at the half, and then both offenses exploded in the second half. B.B. Comer wins it, holding off G.W. Long 37-29 last night in Sylacauga. Winneboro and Summerton Christian, this is a final. Winneboro playing at home tonight at Bulldog Stadium in Winneboro. They beat Summerton Christian 30-6 to advance to round 2 of the Class 1A state playoffs. Not good news for the Lincoln Golden Bears tonight in the first round of the 5A playoffs, traveling to Northwest Alabama to take on number 9 Russellville, a traditional power school. Russellville beats Lincoln tonight to end the Golden Bears season. Final score, Russellville 41, Lincoln 14. Valley Head and Raglan, this was a rematch of a regular season game. They played at Valley Head the first week of the season. Raglan won 40-14. Tonight, same deal. Raglan goes to Valley Head, closer this time, but Raglan wins again. The Purple Devils go to 9-2 as they win at Valley Head at Tiger Stadium, 28-20. Raglan the winner. Mars Hill Bible ends Sandrock season tonight in Florence. The number 4 ranked team in 2A. Mars Hill beating Sandrock 48-13. Cherokee County Warriors. How about Jacob Kelly and the Warriors traveling all the way to Strawn down in Covington County, right outside Andalusia. Cherokee County making one of the longest road trips in the state this week, and they go down to Strawn and they beat the Tigers 34-26 in the 4A playoffs. Cherokee County at home next week against Viger at Bobby Joe Johnson Field. Spring Garden tonight, our reigning City of Oxford Team of the Week, the number 5 team in the state in Class 2A, playing at home tonight at Panther Stadium. Spring Garden, no problem. They led Hatton 42-6 at the half and roll over the Hornets tonight, 55-20. Spring Garden goes to 11-0. Southside running into a very good football team playing at Mountain Brook. Southside lost to Mountain Brook 63-0. Mountain Brook, the number 3 team in the state in 6A, ending the Southside season tonight at Mountain Brook. Also tonight, Etowah season comes to an end, so no Etowah County teams left. Priceville beats the Etowah Blue Devils tonight up in Morgan County at Priceville, 31-14. And we need to go back and give you the Piedmont-Sylvania score. I think we missed that one, and we'll have that for you in just a moment. There it is. Piedmont, the number 4 team in the state in Class 3A, winning at Sylvania tonight. You know, Piedmont lost that tiebreaker between Piedmont, Sachs, and Ohatchee, and so Piedmont was a winner over Sylvania tonight. They go on the road, and they win it by a score of 40-20, Piedmont over Sylvania this evening. A lot of ways to watch the high school football Alabama scoreboard. A lot of ways to connect with us during the week. Lots of great information there on highschoolfootballalabama.com. Go to our Facebook page at High School Football Alabama. You can also go to YouTube and watch the show, again, at High School Football Alabama. We also want to tell you about the fine folks at Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware. They have such tremendous variety of things that you need for home improvement, things around the house, both inside the house and outside the house, and things like grills to play with as well. They have the Traeger grills, the Big Green Egg, the Blackstone, the Weber. We got some great football games coming up tomorrow. Jack State at home, Alabama at home, Auburn on the road. They have free assembly and free delivery on every grill that they sell. So whether it's a Traeger, a Big Green Egg, a Blackstone, a Weber, whatever it is, you go to Oxford Lumber, Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, Roanoke, go to their home centers, pick you out one of those nice new grills for all this backyard barbecuing and all that, and they will put it together for you, and they will deliver it for you. Oxford Lumber and our Ace Hardware bringing you our high school football Alabama scoreboard, the actual scoreboard on these football Friday nights throughout the year. We come back, we'll have plenty of scores, and we're going to have brackets, every score in the state of Alabama, special guests, and a whole lot more as we roll toward 12 midnight tonight, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and live on the Big 95.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Open November 20th through December 24th. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
There's a lot to think about when you're having a baby. Colors of the nursery, names, and most importantly, where to deliver.
We want a hospital that gives families a more personalized birthing experience.
With a compassionate team of doctors and nurses, and a hospital where my baby and I could instantly bond with all the comforts of home.
So where do we find all that?
Right here at RMC, the first designated baby-friendly hospital in Alabama.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Mumford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sax Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Open November 20th through December 24th. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
WHMA FM, Hobson City, Aniston, Oxford. WKLS HD3, Southside, and W248CE, 97.5 FM, Gadsden.
And this is the high school football Alabama scoreboard on this football Friday night. John Holder, our hardworking HSFA crew, with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. We'll have every score in the state of Alabama, brackets, second round matchups, all of that. That's kind of our specialty. That's what we'll do, and we'll have that graphically up there. Let me tell you one thing that's going on, though, before we get to that. If you are a retired coach, if you are a retired official of any kind, you are cordially invited to the Western Sizzlin in Oxford this coming Wednesday, November 10th, 11 o'clock in the morning. They call it the Mighty Ballers, and there will be 50, 60, 70, 80 retired coaches and officials that will be there, football, basketball, baseball, all sports. It is a who's who of legends that gather there to eat lunch and just kind of shoot the breeze and talk about the old days. If you fall into that category, my buddy Leon Stevens, the head, used to be the head baseball and basketball coach down at Munford High School. Coach Stevens sent me a list this week, and they've got a great crowd coming again, wanted me to pass along that if you're a retired coach, you just show up there at 11 o'clock, Western Sizzlin in Oxford. They'll meet in December and January and February as well. The Mighty Ballers, check them out coming up on Wednesday if you are a retired coach or official or administrator. All right, now let's go to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard. We have every final score of all the games involving teams here in East Alabama. We will begin Sylvania Rams Stadium tonight. The Rams ran into a great Piedmont team. Piedmont comes to town, and they double up Sylvania 40-20 as the Bulldogs advance to the second round of the 3A state playoffs. Oxford tonight at home. They beat Chelsea. They came from 17-3 down to win 30-20 over Chelsea. We're going to have Ryan Brown with us from the next round. Ryan will be on with us live in studio. He was at that game. We'll have a complete report on that Oxford-Chelsea game a little bit later on tonight as Oxford advances to round 2. The Fife Red Devils, number 2 team in Class 3A, playing at home tonight at Paul Benefield Stadium at Fife. They beat Walter Welborn 34-0. Fife, after losing to Geraldine about 3 weeks ago, they have been on a tear, and tonight they beat Walter Welborn to end the Panther season 34-0. Anniston, heartbreaking loss tonight, a battle of top 10 teams in the city of Montgomery at St. James. St. James, number 8 in Class 4A, beating number 10 Anniston 28-26. Came down to a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. Anniston did not make that 2-point conversion to try to tie it and send it to overtime, and St. James wins the game 28-26. The game of the night was out at Jack Stewart Field at Sachs. We'll have highlights of this game coming up a little bit later on. Number 5 Sachs outscoring Plainview 46-43. They were down 29-24 at halftime, and really a back-and-forth game throughout. Sachs wins 46-43 over Plainview to advance to the Class 3A second round. Also tonight, we'll have highlights of this game as well. Ohatchee over Geraldine 34-13. Great scene after the game. Danny Shears, County Commissioner in Calhoun County, sent me a great picture, and he was talking about the great sportsmanship in class by both Ohatchee and Geraldine. Late in the game, about 1:15 to go, they had a serious injury to a Geraldine player, and both teams gathering at the 50-yard line to have prayer and to support that player. And Ohatchee wins the game 34-13, but just a great high school football game tonight. We'll have some highlights of that game coming as Ohatchee wins over Geraldine 34-13 in the first round of the 3A playoffs. The game you heard right here on the Big 95, number 3 in 5A, Alexandria, no problem with Ardmore winning the game 52-6 tonight. Also, it was Jacksonville, a winner over Alabama Christian. This game was 21-21 deep in the third quarter. Jacksonville scores 21 unanswered tonight, and the Golden Eagles get revenge for the loss last year to Alabama Christian in the second round as Jacksonville wins over the Eagles tonight at Golden Eagle Stadium 42-21. Elba ends Ranburne season tonight down at Elba, the number 3 ranked team in the state in 2A. The Tigers beating Ranburne 55-28. Bit of an upset tonight. LD Brucefield at Cedar Bluff. Woodland, a winner over Cedar Bluff 28-20 in Class 1A action. In Class 4A action, number 7 Hanley in Class 4A playing at home at Wright Field at Roanoke tonight. They were winners over Geneva 42-6 the final in that game. Also, Wadley rolling over Galesville as Wadley wins it 48-14. They led 28-0 in the first half and made it count as they beat Galesville 48-14. Central of Clay County advancing once again to the second round of the 5A playoffs, playing at home tonight. The number 8 Vols beating Carroll of Ozark 41-14. Andalusia comes into Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, also in the first round of the 5A playoffs, and Andalusia blasted Sylacauga tonight 42-7. Last night at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, number 9 BB Comer, they led in this game 30-7 late in the third quarter, but give credit to GW Long. They kept fighting, got an onside kick, came back, but BB Comer holds off GW Long last night 37-29 in the 2A playoffs. Tonight, just up Highway 21 at Winterboro beating Summerton Christian 30-6 in the 1A playoffs. 5A playoff action at Russellville tonight. The number 9 Golden Tigers beat the Lincoln Golden Bears tonight 41-14. Ragland, second time this year, has beaten Valley Head at Tiger Stadium at Valley Head. This time in the 1A playoffs, Ragland wins it 28-20. Mars Hill Bible beats another East Alabama team. They've beaten Spring Garden in the past. They've beaten Westbrook in the past. And tonight they beat Sandrock. Mars Hill Bible in Florence over the Sandrock Wildcats 48-13. Cherokee County, big win tonight, going all the way down to just outside of Andalusia to take on the Strawn Tigers. Cherokee County wins it 34-26 over Strawn tonight. That will make that ride back to center very sweet as they come back from South Alabama this evening. Spring Garden, a reigning team of the week, number 5 team in the state in Class 2A, rolling over Hatton tonight out at Panther Stadium 55-20. We'll show you some of the highlights of us presenting the Team of the Week T-shirts and trophy and the Choccolocco Park Cups to Spring Garden a little bit later on the show. Mountain Brook, number 3 in 6A, winning over Southside tonight 63-0 down at Mountain Brook in the 6A playoffs. And in the 4A playoffs tonight, the Etowah Blue Devils season comes to an end as they run into one of the highest scoring teams in the state in any class, the Priceville Bulldogs up in Morgan County at Priceville, and Priceville beats Etowah 31-14. Let's talk about our Amber Cotton Carroll Williams Real Estate Assistant Coach of the Week. We've got another outstanding assistant coach from across East Alabama that we want to spotlight for you. That is Jeremy Harper of the Weaver Bearcats. He is the defensive coordinator for Weaver. He's a graduate of Weaver, a Jacksonville State graduate where he also played football for the Gamecocks. He has been at Weaver for 12 years, also the head baseball coach, also a science teacher at Weaver High School, and he is our Amber Cotton Carroll Williams Real Estate Assistant Coach of the Week. And by the way, speaking of Amber Cotton, let me just tell you, the number 1 real estate agent in East Alabama, that is proven. There is no, you look at all the stats that are out there, you look at everything, the numbers, and it's consistently Amber Cotton at the top. Contact her, 256-225-1958. Also, YOLOAmber@kw.com. That means you only list once. And I can tell you from personal experience, as you hear in the commercials, Amber Cotton sold my house. She did it quickly. She did it at full price. She did everything that you would expect and more from a real estate agent. She is quite simply the best at what she does. Amber Cotton, contact her today for all of your real estate needs. 256-225-1958, YOLOAmber@kw.com. Back with more of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. Go.
We are the Alexandria Valley Cubs. You're watching High School Football
Alabama Scoreboard. When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The Exmark Radius. This is the mower that cut the lawn where you watched your family explore. The Radius will get you on and off the lawn quickly with the signature cut, comfort, and reliability more landscape pros trust. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard line. Get into a Radius as low as $93 per month with approved credit. Check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
Your source for Friday Night Football in East Alabama. This is the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on the Big 95 and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
We are back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with you on a Football Friday Night presented by the City of Oxford. And it is time now. We are to the nitty-gritty. As far as fan voting for our Farmers and Merchants Bank Spirit Scholarship Fan Favorite Contest, we began at the first of the season with 60 scholar athletes from every school in Calhoun County plus Spring Garden. We narrowed that down to 30 just a couple of weeks ago, and we have been voting for a week now. And every one of those final 30 going to get a $50 gift card courtesy of Farmers and Merchants Bank. But 2 of those final 30 chosen by you on Facebook at our Facebook page, High School Football Alabama. 1 female athlete, 1 male athlete will receive a $1,500 scholarship. The voting has been going on for about a week now. The voting ends this coming Monday, November the 8th at 12 noon. And next Friday night, right here on High School Football Alabama, we will have the check presentation to the top male and female athlete chosen by you in our F&M Bank Spirit Scholarship Fan Favorite Contest. Now, who are the candidates? We got a lot of them, 30 of them, so we're going to let you meet them right now. We begin with Allie Jennings from Spring Garden High School. She is the female representative. The male is Chaz Pope from Spring Garden. Talked with Chaz yesterday. He's trying to come back from an injury. Emily Farmer representing Piedmont as the female athlete. The male athlete from Piedmont is Landon Smart. From Oxford High School, the female athlete, Ella Wilson. Oxford's male athlete, Miguel Mitchell. From Jacksonville High School, Alyssa Harris. And also Quinn Long is the male athlete from Jacksonville High School. Representing Faith Christian School, Anna Stroutman is the female contestant. And the nominee from Faith Christian on the male side is Colton Palmer. From the Donahoe School, Yana Osofska is the female athlete and Brady Patterson is the male. Representing the White Plains Wildcats, female athlete is Camden Wilson. The male athlete is Kendrick Ball. 2 athletes representing Sachs High School as well. The female is Shakarian Gay, and the male athlete is their quarterback for the Wildcats, Sean Parnell. Ohatchee's 2 nominees on the female side, Kylie Barnes, and the male nominee is Brenton Honecker. From Pleasant Valley High School, Riley Haynes, the female. The male contestant is Garrett Cranmer. Weaver High School, Tiana Lawrence, and also one of their great football players there, Cole Perry. Representing Alexandria High School, the female athlete is Lexi Weber, also from Alexandria. Austin West, Jacksonville Christian Academy. J.C. Brackett is the female athlete, and the male athlete is Brody Clay. Anniston High School, Shawana Jackson is the female nominee. The male nominee is Tayden Jones, great basketball player for the Bulldogs. And from Walter Welborn High School, we have Katie Daniel. She is the female nominee, and the male nominee is Braden Dempsey. And you can go beginning, really right now. Normally it begins with our weekly voting at midnight, but you can go right now to High School Football Alabama. You can go there and you can vote. All you have to do is scroll down, find the player that you want to vote for, and vote for them. The deadline is going to be sharp at 12 noon on Monday, and then we will announce the winners and have them on the show with us live next Friday night right here on High School Football Alabama. And we're back on the show now, and we have some special guests with us. We're going to talk about Beyond the Bleachers. We have Connie Davidson. These are coaches' wives, by the way. So Larry Davidson, who was the longtime legendary Hall of Fame basketball coach at Oxford High School. The court is named for him. You have a corner named for you down there. Yes, you do. And we also have Kimberly Adams. We had her husband here on the program about 2 weeks ago. Sam Adams is the head football coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets. A lot of smiles here tonight because Oxford coming from 17-3 down. This has kind of been a trend here with Oxford now. Arab coming behind to win. Playoff game with Chelsea tonight, having to come from behind win. But ladies, we're going to have you in to talk about Beyond the Bleachers and talk about a special event that you have coming up. Connie, glad to have you with us.
We do. Thank you so much for having us, John. It's always such a pleasure. Yes, we're really excited about the brunch that we have coming up next Saturday, November 13th, 10 o'clock, again back at Hubbard's off Main in Oxford. It is a totally free event for coaches' wives in our group, and even not in our group, we're welcome to come and join us now. But we're a private group on Facebook. That might seem a little strange, that we're on Facebook, but it's a good way that we can all get together in our safe space in our private group, and we're really excited about this. Is our second brunch, and it's totally free. We have some really fabulous food from Hubbard's off Main, of course, and great giveaways. It's a really nice time of fellowship, and we'll have a little motivational message, and it's just a time to just love on and celebrate the women that are behind the bleachers cheering everybody else along all the time.
And the thing about this is something badly needed. My dad was a coach for 30 years, so my mom was a coach's wife for all those 30 years. And if you've never lived the lifestyle, you really can't understand. And that's one of the things about this organization. We want to make this clear. This is a distinctly Christian organization. Connected with Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And so it's a way, though, beyond that to really support coaches' wives, because it is such, Connie, it is such a unique role that coaches' wives play. I know that Kimberly's going to agree with this 100% as well, that nobody really knows how to support these folks except other coaches' wives, right?
Exactly. Everybody else sitting in the stands tonight at our game, it was just a ball game. It was a great ball game. It was fun, but they're going to go home. Most of them are going to go home, and win or lose, they're going to be fine. For us, it's anything but just a ball game.
It's not just life, Connie. It's a lifestyle. It's all year round.
And it's a calling. I mean, we look at it as more. It's a calling. Our husbands are pouring into these kids' lives daily. They spend more time, many times they spend more time with those kids than they do even our own kids, but it's all about building those relationships and, just having the relationships that come from that, and that's why as coaches' wives, we also need to build up and share those relationships as well. I try to tell all the ladies in our group all the time that, Beyond the Bleachers is great. It's great that we have this place that we can come together, talk, laugh, be encouraged, but really, it's about building those relationships within your own community and strengthening their, and because you see each other day to day, you see the need, you see the loneliness if it's there, whatever it is, because it's a very unique role that we share, and so Beyond the Bleachers is just really, it's a special tight-knit group, And we're very fortunate to have the sponsorship that we do through Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And we're very excited about the brunch coming up.
Well, we have a lot of coaches that watch this show, obviously. We have a lot of coaches' wives by nature that watch this show and their families. So, you know, we want to tell you it's not just football either. This is every sport.
This goes all year round. You know, we started back in 2019 and we were going strong. Well, everybody, we all know what happened in March of 2019. So we kind of hit a little lull. And then, you know, but we're back strong now. We have about 288 coaches' wives. Yes, so we've really grown. And what's interesting is it's not just coaches' wives here in Alabama. You know, we have some coaches' wives in other states. We also have some collegiate coaches' wives that have joined our group. But yes, you know, we don't want to be just a group that's just during football season. We're, you know, wanting to gear up and really get to do some things for every season. You know, the wives brunch, we've started doing that in November. And then one thing that I want to do in the spring is get to a point to where we can have an event in the spring that includes our husbands.
Oh, yes, couples.
Yes.
Coaches and coaches.
Yes. Now, we haven't gotten that far yet, but you know, but that's the thing about this, you know, this is truly driven by God. It really is. And I try not to get wrapped up in how is all this going to work out, because I don't have to, because He is what has orchestrated everything this far. And I know that, you know, if we follow His lead and we just do what we, you know, just be that encourager, because that's all we're trying to be. You know, I try to post every day of the week something, whether it's, we call it Motivational Monday or a Tip Tuesday, or we call it Winning Wednesday. We do like little giveaways, and Thankful Thursday, and of course it all leads up to what we call Fantastic Friday. You know, so, but yeah, but I'm very excited to have Kimberly now part of our group as well, and so yeah, we're moving strong.
And for folks that don't know, Kimberly and her husband new to our community. No connections, I'm assuming, to East Alabama whatsoever. So, Connie, tell us about how you recruited Kimberly Adams to be Beyond the Bleachers.
It was really kind of easy, because when Sam came that day, remember, I brought her something. I brought her some, we call it our Beyond the Bleachers swag, and I was like, here, we're going to talk later, but here's you a cute little gift, and let me tell you about this Coaches' Wives group. And I don't think that at the moment you really connected all the dots, and I think she might have been thinking that it was just an Oxford thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you know, if you don't mind, if you share a little bit about what it has meant to you coming in new.
Yeah, it meant a ton. It allowed me to instantly plug into a group of like-minded individuals, and again, have that safe space and that sense of community with people who understand, you know, and have been there and been in my shoes. So it just offered so much comfort and kind of an instant community for me. So it was huge.
Well, we want to encourage, if you are a coach out there watching at the field house, which a lot of folks do. I hear from all these coaches. We watch the show in the field house after the games, and your wife is not a part of this. Get her involved with this. There's the Facebook group where they can go and send a request. I'm sure that's how that works at Beyond the Bleachers. The big thing is, it's next Saturday. Just send them down to Hubbard's, and that'll be a great way to get plugged in the best way. Again, there it is. This is absolutely free. You're going to have brunch, a message, great giveaways, totally free, 10 o'clock next Saturday, November 13th, Hubbard's off Main in downtown Oxford, right next to the Oxford Performing Arts Center, OPAC they call it. Coaches' wives only, but this is a great ministry, much needed. And thank you for what you ladies are doing, and thank you for spending time with us here on High School Football Alabama to share this good news. And I'll say, all you crazy fans out there, leave the coaches alone. If not, there's some coaches' wives that can take you out.
That's right.
I can tell you that for sure. So be nice at the gates. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Hang in there with us. We're going to tell folks about Pee Wee Turner Motors. Pee Wee Turner Motors, South Quintard Avenue in Anniston. Great sponsor of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. And let me just tell you, if it's time for a new vehicle, I'm about to get there myself. Great prices. Well, that's what you're going to find at Pee Wee Turner Motors. This is the area's oldest family-owned independent auto dealer. They have been selling quality late model vehicles since 1969. That's over 50 years. And if you need a great sports car, a family vehicle, whatever, do not buy anywhere else until you check with Lance Ortera at Pee Wee Turner Motors, South Quintard Avenue in Anniston. More of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard when we come back.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I can't imagine life without Gwen, but we came dangerously close.
I was having chest pains.
Luckily, there was a hospital nearby that quickly discovered one of her arteries was 100% blocked. A hospital with life-saving technology and the latest in cardiac treatment, with an experienced team of doctors and nurses focused on fixing Gwen's heart. What hospital had all of that?
It was all right here at RMC.
Anniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Anniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Anniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.annistonortho.com. Anniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams, real estate agent Amber Cotton, sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sax Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights, proudly brought to you by Alabama Power. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Drive through the Twinkling Light Show, then stop and enter Santa's Village, sponsored by First Bank of Alabama, for delicious food, outdoor skating, and a visit with Santa. Come and see the wonder that is Festival of Lights. Open November 20th through December 24th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
You're watching high school football Alabama Scoreboard.
We're back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. Time to go back to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard tonight. Catch up on all the final scores. Then we've got a live special guest that is going to give us a report from one of those big games across East Alabama and more tonight. Piedmont tonight, number 4 in Class 3A, on the road at Sylvania. They beat the Rams tonight 40-20 to advance to the second round of the 3A playoffs. We'll have a report on this game coming up in just a moment. Oxford was down 17-3 to Chelsea, but they come back and win 30-20 over the Hornets at Lamar Field in Oxford in the 6A playoffs. Also this evening, Fife, number 2 in Class 3A at home at Paul Benefield Stadium in Fife. Ending Walter Welburn's season, they beat the Panthers 34-0 tonight. Tough loss for the Anniston Bulldogs, a top 10 matchup in Montgomery tonight. St. James led Anniston 28-20. Anniston scored, went for 2, did not get it. St. James wins the game over the Anniston Bulldogs 28-26. A wild game tonight. We were at this game. We'll have highlights of this game coming, as a matter of fact. Number 5 Sax at home at Jack Stewart Field. And it was Sax beating Plainview 46-43. Literally the last team that had the ball winning the game. That was the kind of game it was. Sax wins it over the Plainview Bears 46-43. Another game that we were at tonight, we'll have highlights, is another 3A playoff game on the Creek Bank at Ohatchee. Ohatchee beating Geraldine 34-13. Ohatchee was down 13-7 at the half, 27-0 over Geraldine. in the second half at the Creek Bank as the Indians advance to the second round of the 3A playoffs. Also tonight, the game you heard right here on the Big 95, number 3 Alexandria beating Ardmore 52-6 in Death Valley in Alexandria. Jacksonville, another team that was in a tie with Alabama Christian up at Golden Eagle Stadium at 21-21. Jacksonville scores 3 unanswered late third quarter and in the fourth quarter to dominate and win, going away over Alabama Christian 42-21. Also tonight, Ranburne at Elba, number 3 team in Class 2A. The Elba Tigers winning over Ranburne, ending the Bulldog season 55-28 tonight. Also this evening, a little bit of an upset. Woodland and Battle of East Alabama teams traveling to Cedar Bluff to Bruce Field. Woodland wins it over Cedar Bluff 28-20 the final tonight as Woodland wins their 4th game and advances to the second round of the Class 1A playoffs. Hanley continues to roll. Larry Strain and the Tigers, number 7 in the state in 4A, defending state champions, beating Geneva tonight down at right field in Roanoke 42-6. Wadley, no problem, winning over Galesville, another Battle of East Alabama teams as Wadley beats the Trojans 48-14. Central of Clay County, they just win. That's what they do in Clay County. They win first-round playoff games. They beat Carroll of Ozark tonight down at Volunteer Stadium 41-14. Andalusia comes into Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, beats the Aggies 42-7. Last night at Legion Stadium, number 9 B.B. Comer beating G.W. Long 37-29. It was 30-7 late in the third. Long made a comeback, but B.B. Comer hangs on to win. Up Highway 21 at Winterboro tonight. Winterboro over Summerton Christian 30-6. Russellville knocks out the Lincoln Golden Bears tonight. A battle between Golden Tigers and Golden Bears. The Tigers win the game at Russellville 41-14. Raglan and Valley Head, a rematch of a regular season game. Raglan won that one. Raglan wins tonight 28-20 at Tiger Stadium. Mars Hill Bible continues to dominate East Alabama teams. They beat another one tonight in Florence. They beat Sand Rock to end the Wildcats season 48-13. Cherokee County, a bit of a surprise tonight. They go down to Andalusia and beat Strawn 34-26. Spring Garden tonight, number 5 team in the state, 11-0 with the Panthers now beating Hatton 55-20. Mountain Brook, really good football team, number 3 team in the state in Class 6A, rolling over the Southside Crimson Panthers 63-0. And Priceville ends the Etowah season. No teams left from Etowah County after round 1 as Priceville wins the game over the Etowah Blue Devils tonight up in Morgan County at Priceville. Priceville wins the game 31-14. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the next round. We have Ryan Brown here with us on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard from the next round, from television, from radio, from all the media. Ryan, we got a lot to cover tonight.
This is like old times.
This is old times.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
used to do this.
Ryan is a SACS graduate.
That's right.
Ryan started with me at I didn't start at WDNG, but you and I started together at WDNG.
Right around the corner here.
Yeah, then we started then the old Alabama 100.
That's right.
We were there, WHMA. We're still in WHMA tonight, which is
it's the first time I've been back on there, I think if I'm not mistaken.
95.3, and then you've been you were at WJOX for a long time.
Yep.
ABC 3340,
That's right.
ABM 68,
That's
and
right.
now doing something else. Before we talk about the game tonight, you were in town to watch the Oxford-Chelsea game. Tell us about what's going on with the next round. What's that?
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. So basically, I do a show with Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Sean Henniger, a guy we call Rockstar. And we had been at WJOX for 77 years combined. I had been there personally for 21 years. And we just decided our contract was up, and we had kind of evaluated and decided we wanted to try something on our own. So we launched our own digital platform. We've got an app. The Next Round is the app. NextRoundLive.com is the website. We stream there every day. We're on YouTube Live, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter Live, all those places. We podcast everything. Go back and listen to it anytime you want. Watch it anytime you want. So it's been fun. I mean, we're about 3 months into it. And it's going really, really well.
I'll tell you, this is where it's going. People ask me all the time because I was on television, radio for about 30 years, radio for about 14 years, television about 17 years, and on Friday nights. And people are like, "Well, what's going on with this?" And my answer to that is, this is where it's going.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to appeal to people that want an on-demand world, right? And that's where a lot of our world is. You're used to getting it when you want it. So that's our show. We're live 9 to 1, but you can listen to it anytime you want to, really. So I think that was kind of our vision. We still give it to people that want it live, but people that want to consume it 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the morning, doesn't matter. You can listen to all 4 hours of it anytime you want to, and that was kind of our plan.
It's amazing. We watch the numbers on this show, High School Football Alabama, and throughout the weekend the numbers grow because not everybody can watch at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or 12 at night, but they can go back on YouTube and Facebook and watch and those kind of things. And you are well versed in high school football. You were in town tonight because you got some family connections with the Chelsea Hornets. Chelsea came in at 4-6, but they gave Oxford all they wanted. Obviously, you were at the game tonight at Lamar Field. Tell us about the game. Oxford fell behind, like Chelsea was going to blow them out, and then the Yellow Jackets come from behind.
Yeah, it was a special teams played a huge role. Chelsea was up 7-0, faked the punt, and that led to the 14-0 lead, and then Oxford just kind of clawed back into it. Chelsea threw a pick before the half that allowed Oxford to get the late half score there and take the lead into the locker room. And really where the game was decided was coming out in the second half. Chelsea fumbled the opening kickoff of the second half. Oxford scored, and then Chelsea fumbled the ensuing kickoff after that. You never see that happen. I was there to see halftime, though. My daughter's on the dance line at Chelsea. She's a junior, so the Chelsea dance line won. With all due respect to the great Oxford band, they're fantastic. But
so you're saying they beat the Golden Girls?
That's right. They beat the Golden Girls.
Right.
So Chelsea
That's
dance
Ryan
line
that
won.
said that.
That's me.
Okay.
That's my opinion, and I'm completely biased in that opinion. So the Chelsea dance line was the winners. But Oxford's got a really good team. The best thing they got going for them is their quarterback. His mom and dad both went to Sachs. So they're Sachs graduates, so they produced a really good Oxford quarterback.
Yeah, and big sponsors of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard. Dad's Barbecue, top of the river. We'll bring you some of that action later on. They sponsor our brackets. So when we go through all the brackets and all that, you'll hear about Dad's Barbecue and top of the river. You are well versed, obviously, in high school football because you and I did that for a lot of years. You did that scoreboard, statewide scoreboards. Yep. You did a lot of work with high school football on Friday nights with ABC 3340. And you're obviously in Birmingham. Kind of give us a flavor of a lot of people are interested in Thompson, Hoover, that dynamic, Mountain Brook in 6A, Pleasant Grove in 5A. We got folks over here from Alexandria that want to know about Pleasant Grove and those kind of things. Just kind of the things that stand out this year to you about high school football in the state?
You know, it's interesting, and I think you would have a good perspective because you're such a good historian of this sport. But, you know, before the injury to their quarterback, a lot of people were saying this Thompson team might be the best team in Alabama history.
Yep.
And I think, I don't know, you might disagree, but a lot of people were comparing it. What was that 89 Viger team?
88, I believe.
88 Viger that beat Hoover, or beat Berry. I guess it was Berry at the time, wasn't it?
Yep.
In the state championship game. And a lot of people think that might be the best team ever to play in Alabama. And this Thompson team, a lot of people thought could challenge them. Their quarterback gets hurt in the Hoover game. Hoover beats them. I think everybody thinks they'll end up matching back up in the North Alabama 7A championship. I haven't had a chance to see Pleasant Grove. I did see Mountain Brook. You mentioned Mountain Brook. They played Chelsea. Chelsea's in their region. That's a really good football team. Chris Yeager is one heck of a football coach over there at Mountain Brook. But it's been a fun season. And, you know, over in Birmingham, I think that's most of the talk is what Thompson has done.
Absolutely. High school football, and I'll just say this. I know Ryan will agree with this. High school football in this state is special. It's kind of different than other places. But the quality of it is good, and the quality of that has not diminished. A lot of states didn't get to play football at all for a year. That's hurt the quality of football. A lot of states didn't get to play state championship games. AHSAA played every sport. Every state champion was crowned in every sport. So the high school football, the level of quality in this state has not diminished any with all this pandemic going on. It still remained very high in the state.
And that's the thing. I mean, you can go to a lot of high school football stadiums around here and see SEC talent, and maybe not even just SEC talent, but, you know, guys that are playing, you know, at Jacksonville State and places like that. That's the thing about it is so much college talent on the field. So you go to almost any game and you see a kid that could go play on the next level. And it's really fun. And just, you know, going around all these stadiums, going to Oxford tonight. It hadn't been a long time. I was in Lamar Field 2 years ago when Chelsea came down and got waxed in the playoffs. So they're closing the gap a little bit at least.
Yeah. Ryan, I'll tell you, I told somebody this week.
Right.
I said, I've been doing this 31 years, I guess.
Yep.
And I said, the most fun that I have ever had doing high school sport on Friday night, this is not to diminish any of the other places I've been. But when we were on WHMA back in the late 90s, 96, 97, 98, and I know he's listening tonight, Mike Moat, because he's back here.
The best.
And Mickey Shadricks was not part of the scoreboard, but part of the game. And then we also had Chuck Strickland, a part of that. And I'm going to leave out some people, Suzanne Moore and all those folks.
So fun.
We had a blast and a half. We cannot. That was a 100,000 watt station. And if you don't know what that means people are listening to us in Greenville, in Atlanta, in Tennessee, in Tuscaloosa.
The people would run into that say they would listen every Friday night. Where do you live? Well, I live in Montgomery. It was crazy. And my wife and I were talking about it coming over here from Oxford that, we would do the scoreboard till midnight and we'd go hit the breakfast bar.
Shoney's breakfast bar.
Shoney's breakfast bar back in the day.
That doesn't even exist anymore.
We put that out of business, didn't we?
And one year we went to 1 o'clock in the morning. And the amazing thing about that was we had 8 phone lines there. And all 8 of those phone lines at 1 o'clock in the morning were blinking. People calling in and wanting to talk about
fans around here.
It's unbelievable going down memory lane. And, I think for this particular area, because you and I both grew up here. The standard for like high school football, radio shows, and television shows,
no doubt,
kind of all started going all the way back to Robb Street back in the 70s at WHMA. It all began in East Alabama. And I don't think there's anywhere else in the state that actually does high school football from a media standpoint like what is done here in this little small corner of Alabama. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I love and I appreciate what you're doing because I love keeping up with it. And my dad still is the PA announcer at Jack Stewart Field.
I got to tell you a story about him tonight.
No, nothing would surprise me at all. But he's the PA announcer, and I call him every Friday night when Chelsea's done. I ask him 2 questions. How did Sachs do? And my boy Clint Smith, the head coach of Jacksonville, how did Clint's team do? And I love keeping up with the teams around here. I am so proud. I'm even able to pull for Alexandria now after all these years as an old Sachs
guy.
I know.
And our director in there is an Alexandria guy.
Yeah, so I'm able to pull for that. I love the Calhoun County teams. I love seeing them all do well.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for spending time with us, giving us a little history lesson, give us a little Birmingham flavor, tell us about the Oxford game tonight. Best wishes tell folks again all about the next round.
Yeah, nextroundlive.com is the website. It's got all the information where you can hear the show. We're live 9 to 1. We've got an app, YouTube, everywhere you get video. Nextroundlive.com is the website you go to, and you can get all the information.
Absolutely. Ryan Brown, a legend of media from East Alabama, and we appreciate Ryan hanging here with us just for a second. I want to tell you about the Festival of Lights that is coming to Choccolocco Park in Oxford. They're about to crank that up. I was out walking around the lake the other day, and they already have a lot of the scenes set up. They were testing out the lights. People come from all over for this. Presented by Alabama Power Company. They're going to transform that into a winter wonderland. This is a drive-through holiday light show. Over 1 million lights from the comfort of your car. 1 carload, 1 price. You park, come into Santa's Village. Presented by First Bank of Alabama. They'll have an outdoor skating rink, large inflatables, food trucks. Santa will be there. Have your pictures taken. This opens up November 20th, which is not that far away, folks. November 20th through December 24th, every night, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Get your tickets at oxfordlights.com. More of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford in just a moment.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish. ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The Exmark Quest. This is the mower that cuts the lawn that became the place your kids grew up. The Exmark Quest. The cut, quality, and performance more landscape pros trust at a price you can afford. Exmark. Official mowers of the backyard life. Get into a Quest as low as $62 per month with approved credit. Come check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
HighSchoolFootballAlabama.com, the Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Anniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
Back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our entire hardworking HSFA crew with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. We're coming to you live tonight from our RMC Media Center located Midtown Anniston on Quintard Avenue at the campus of Parker Memorial Baptist Church. Also want to thank our special guest tonight, Connie Davidson on, Kimberly Adams with Beyond the Bleachers, and our Noble Bank and Trust post-game presser. Also want to thank Ryan Brown from the next round for being with us again on our Noble Bank and Trust post-game presser. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to have the head coach of the Spring Garden Panthers, Jason Howard, will join us from Spring Garden a little bit later on tonight. Right now, though, we want to talk about some highlights. We mentioned that game tonight between AHSAA and Geraldine on the Creek Bank at AHSAA, and we were there for the highlights. You see one of the light banks out. They had some lights out, and they played like that throughout the entire game. It was lights out for Geraldine in the first quarter. Colton Lusher, a 44-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Colvin. PA2 good. Geraldine up 7-0. Then it was the Eli Ennis show, the great quarterback for the Indians. A 9-yard touchdown, or I should say a 9-yard run here. Then Ennis comes back, weaving his way through traffic. Nice hole opened up by the AHSAA offensive line. And another 9-yard run. Then Enos going to have another big run, an 18-yard run following that. Then Enos carrying the ball again for a 3-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good, 7-7. Ennis, though, then comes back on the next possession after a stop by the AHSAA defense, swarmed by the Geraldine defense, fumbles the football. Geraldine falls on it at the AHSAA 28. Cody Satterfield, first play, a 13-yard run for the Bulldogs, takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line. 4th and 1 at the AHSAA 6. Colvin with a 1-yard run, and that was the first down. Then Caleb Hall for the Geraldine Bulldogs coming back with a 4-yard touchdown run. The PAT here was no good in the game. That made it 13-7. Ennis trying to bring AHSAA back, a nice 15-yard run here down the Geraldine sideline. But on 4th and 10 at the Geraldine 36, Ennis a complete pass, and the ball went back over to Geraldine. But it did not matter because in the second half, AHSAA scored 27 unanswered as AHSAA beats Geraldine by a score of 34-13. That's our Red Threads highlights. Speaking of Red Threads, Red Threads is the place to be. I was in their store on the square in Jacksonville this week, powered by O-Brand, and they have so much great Jacksonville State merchandise. If you're going to the last home game of the season tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Burgess Snowfield against Abilene Christian, stop by Red Threads on the square in Jacksonville. Great store. All kinds of Jacksonville State merchandise, unique merchandise that you will not find anywhere else. The folks at Red Threads specialize in screen printing and custom apparel. As a matter of fact, they were the folks that did our Team of the Week t-shirts this year from Aniston Orthopedics. Great job with those each and every week. So go by and see your game day apparel and get all that done for you at the Red Threads on the square in Jacksonville. Red Threads powered by O-Brand. We come back, we'll start going through brackets and more highlights, special guests, and a whole lot more as we roll toward 12 midnight here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
As a social worker, my cousin devotes her career to helping others. But when she was diagnosed with cancer, she was the one who needed help. She needed a hospital with an accredited cancer program and the latest in technology and care options. Plus, a compassionate team of doctors, nurses, and counselors with treatments that fit her schedule. So where did she find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights, proudly brought to you by Alabama Power. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Drive through the Twinkling Light Show, then stop and enter Santa's Village, sponsored by First Bank of Alabama, for delicious food, outdoor skating, and a visit with Santa. Come and see the wonder that is Festival of Lights. Open November 20th through December 24th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
And there's our awards to remember City of Oxford Team of the Week trophy, the Tough Guy Trophy. We handed out that to Spring Garden yesterday as we were up at practice at Spring Garden High School as they got ready for their big game with Hatton tonight. We also had Chocolaco Park cups to give away to all of the folks at Spring Garden. And you see the Team of the Week t-shirts there as we had the seniors from Spring Garden after practice displaying those. That also had The score of the game on the back, presented by Anniston Orthopedics, as they had the score Spring Garden 21 and Wadley 19. Our last team of the week of the 2021 season. Congratulations to Coach Jason Howard of the Spring Garden Panthers. And we will have the head coach of the Spring Garden Panthers, Jason Howard, joining us live right here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard coming up a little bit later on in the show. Let's talk about our Red Threads highlights again. Our crew was not only out at AHSAA tonight, we were at Jack Stewart Field at Sachs this evening as the Sachs Wildcats hosting Plainview. When we arrived, 29-24 in this 3A first round matchup. It was Plainview. Dylan McCullough, a 9-yard run. That brought up 4th and 4 at the Sachs 34. And this was Andrea Hall stopped after only a 2-yard gain. Deontay Elston coming up with a big lick for the Sachs Wildcats. Jalen McCants, great running back for Sachs, out in the flat. Takes the pass at the 50 from Sean Parnell. A 65-yard touchdown run as he takes it to the half to regain the lead for the Sachs Wildcats here as they went back on top at 32-29. That's because Gavin Doss had this 2-point conversion run for Sachs. That made it 32-29. Plainview in this back and forth game not done yet. Here's McCullough again with an 11-yard run. They get it down in the red zone. Noah White, a 3-yard touchdown run. The 2-point run by Plainview here was no good, stopped by the Sachs defense. Plainview had the lead at 35-32. But they went back and forth a couple of more times. That was at the end of the third quarter, and Sachs winds up winning the game in that first round 3A playoff game at Jack Stewart Field at Sachs, as Sachs wins over Plainview by a score of 46-43. And our Red Threads highlights tonight. Let's tell you about the fine folks at Young Oil Company. We mentioned Jack State being at home tomorrow for that last home game against Abilene Christian. Go by and get that hot, fresh popcorn at the Grub Mart right there on the corner of Pelham Road and Mountain Street in Jacksonville. Go to any Grub Mart location located from Cherokee County to Lee County and all places in between. Get great deals on gas. You'll also get great deals on the 99-cent bags of ice. The Grub Tub, you can buy that for $6, $5.99, and unlimited popcorn as many times as you want every day, all the way through next August, through the end of next August at the Grub Mart locations that are located all throughout East Alabama. Also, they're always taking applications. They did a great job and a great company to work for. Young Oil Grub Mart bringing you our Muscle Team. We'll have 2 more members of the Muscle Team introduced to you here in just a little while on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard. We're rolling on the Football Friday night, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and on the Big 95.
We're the Hustle Eagles, and you're watching the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive-through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cashback account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. noblebank.com, member FDIC.
So the Gospel of John is the only New Testament book that is specifically written to unbelievers. In chapter 20, we discover the reason John wrote this gospel, because chapter 20 tells the beautiful story of the resurrection of Christ. The last verse goes like this: "These things are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you might have life through his name." Do you have life in Christ? You see, it comes by faith in the person and work of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And it is by faith in him that we have life in his name. The most important decision you and I could ever make is to trust Jesus Christ to be our Lord and Savior. You see, it's not a question of if, but it's a question of when. Because the Bible says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. I urge you to do that on this side of eternity. Take God at his word, believe, trust Christ, and then watch his purpose begin to unfold in you.
WHMA FM, Hobson City, Anniston, Oxford, WKLS HD3, Southside, and W248CE, 97.5 FM, Gadsden.
It is 11 o'clock, and welcome back into the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. We're with you for another hour tonight. Still lots to get to. Jason Howard from Spring Garden standing by. We've got Muscle Team. We also have coming up our Player of the Week. We have all the brackets, every score, every matchup in the state of Alabama. We've got all that still to come between now and 12 midnight tonight. Let's begin now going through all the brackets in the state of Alabama, and we'll go now to our Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River brackets tonight. We will begin in Class 1A and Class 1A in the South. We have these are number one, and what you see there when you see number 1 and number 4, that is the seed in the regions. That is the seed in the regions. So that is Keith, who won tonight over McKenzie, 43-7. Notasulga was a winner over Marengo, 45-16 tonight down at Notasulga. So next week in the second round of the Class 1A state playoffs, Notasulga travels to Orrville to take on Keith. Keith having probably the best team that they've had in school history. Won tonight over McKenzie. Notasulga continues to roll as they beat Marengo by a score of 45-16. Also tonight in the South, in Class 1A, Brantley rolling over R.C. Hatch of Uniontown. Basketball power, but Brantley, not only the number 1 team in the region, but the number 1 team overall in the state of Alabama. They beat R.C. Hatch 59-6 was the final score. Milry tonight winning over Lochapoka at home down in southwest Alabama at Milry. The Wildcats beating the Indians 28-18. So next week it will be Milry traveling to Brantley to take on the Brantley Bulldogs next week in the Class 1A state playoffs in the South in the second round. Also in the South in Class 1A, Maplesville over Fruitdale, 40-6 was the final score in that game. And Linden was a winner over Sampson. Linden, the defending state champions in Class 1A, back in the state playoffs. They were playing at home tonight, beat Sampson 20-12. So Linden next week will be traveling to play at Maplesville in the second round of the Class 1A state playoffs. Now, as we move into Class 1A in the South, more games. Sweetwater beating Billingsley 49-0, the final score tonight. And it was Kinston beating Central of Hayneville. Again, Central of Hayneville having one of the best teams in school history. Kinston beat Central of Hayneville 10-6 tonight. So it will be Kinston traveling into Nolan Atkins Stadium in Sweetwater to take on the Sweetwater Bulldogs. Also now, we continue in Class 1A as we come into North Alabama. Woodland upset Cedar Bluff 28-20, and it was Meek. A bit of an upset. They went on the road to Cortland tonight and beat R.A. Hubbard. Meek wins that game big, 52-20, so Meek will actually be at home next week as they will take on Woodland, and that game will be played over at Meek High School in Arley in Winston County. Woodland, the Bobcats, traveling to Winston County to take on Meek. Also, Wadley tonight in a battle of East Alabama teams, beating Galesville 48-14. Hubbardsville, meanwhile, in a rematch of a regular season game, Hubbardsville won by 27 over Hackleburg the first time. And tonight, almost the same. They win by 32 tonight as Hubbardsville at home beat the Hackleburg Panthers 46-14. So next week it will be Hubbardsville, the Lions, traveling in to Curtis Lynch Stadium in Wadley to take on the Wadley Bulldogs. Now, as we go into Class 1A, continuing in the north, we will tell you that Decatur Heritage tonight beat Marion County of Ewan 48-28 up in Decatur. And also Raglan tonight was a winner over Valley Head 28-20. So Raglan will be at home. The Purple Devils come back home to Joan Ford Stadium in Raglan, where they will be hosting the Decatur Heritage Eagles next Friday night in the second round of the Class 1A state playoffs. Also, Pickens County, they represented the North last year in Class 1A. They beat Phillips of Bear Creek 51-21. Winterboro tonight, that winner over Summerton Christian 30-6. So next week it will be Winterboro traveling to Reform to take on the Pickens County Tornadoes, who represented the North last year in Class 1A. And we need to tell you about the folks at Noble Bank. Noble Bank, do you like cash back? Noble Bank has the best cash back account that you'll find anywhere. Pretty simple with Noble Bank and Trust. With their cash back card, they give you unlimited transaction refunds all across the country, fraud protection, unlimited transactions, refunds on withdrawal fees. It is just pretty simple. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. Noble Bank and Trust bringing you the post-game presser here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard. Go to noblebank.com. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC. And when we come back, we'll have more of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement, with physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sacs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Open November 20th through December 24th. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The most informative prep football show in the state. It's the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on the Big 95 and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
Back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard on this football Friday night, rolling along. John Holder, our entire hardworking High School Football Alabama team with you all the way until 12 midnight. We've been through the 1A and 2A. We've got 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, and 7A brackets all still to come. Right now, though, we're going to Run out to Spring Garden, head coach of the Spring Garden Panthers, the 11-0 Spring Garden Panthers in Class 2A. Coach Jason Howard joins us. Coach, good evening. Glad to have you with us tonight from the Garden.
Thank you, John. We appreciate y'all having us on.
Coach, let's talk about the game tonight. Had a Hatton Hornet team. I was talking to some of your players yesterday at practice and said, what do you think about Hatton? And they said, well, they're very big on both the offensive and defensive fronts, but obviously you were able to handle that tonight as you win 55-20. Kind of take us through the game tonight.
Well, they came out, took the opening kickoff straight down field, scored on us. It took us a little bit of time to get adjusted to their size. I mean, that's something you just can't simulate in practice when you're as small as we are. We told the kids, all week that you need to get low on them. But like I said, they did a good job. Hatton did a good job coming out with their game plan, and they took up about 7.5 minutes on that drive, went straight down, scored, kicked an onside kick, got the onside kick, and our defense sort of bowed up a little bit on them right there, and we kept them out and got the ball back, and then we scored, and we woke up a little bit after that, and we got rolling. Okay, after that, like I said, Chapel Pope had a really good game for us at quarterback. Cooper, of course, and Larry Rogers catching the ball. Andrew Floyd running it. Our line, I felt like Hatton's the big boys got a little tired, and our defensive front, being real quick, was able to get into the gaps like we'd hoped we could. And don't know how accurate it was. One of the newspaper guys there said that I think they only got after the first drive, they only got one more first down until we put our young kids in. They scored their points against our young kids in the fourth quarter.
Coach, let's talk about this year's Spring Garden team. Obviously, this is a team that has won now 4 consecutive region titles, making another deep playoff run. Officially, you finished 10-0. That had never been done in Spring Garden history before. Just kind of tell folks out there your thoughts on this 2021 Spring Garden football team.
Gutsy. I guess the best way I could explain them or describe them is, they find a way. I mean, this group has faced probably more adversity this year than any team I probably ever have, with the number of injuries that we've had, and someone always has stepped up, rather step up and take the place of one of them in their position, or, step into a position that we had to vacate somebody out of to fill another position. But, it is a group that just finds a way to win now. We win ugly sometimes, but they keep their head on. They believe in themselves, and like I said, they just a gutsy group that, fights, and like I said, they just believe in each other, lean on each other, and try to do the little things right. And like I said, facing adversity when some of the players that we've lost this year, we've lost 2 players that was All-State last year, and for them, a lot of teams would just drop their heads right there and use that as an excuse, but this group didn't. I mean, this group just sort of bowed up and said, okay, somebody else got to step up.
Coach Howard, there's been a lot made, probably maybe more so, or maybe not as much. I don't know. You answer this question, but the move, Spring Garden had never been above Class 1A. They had never been a 2A. And then 2A is a tough league. You move up last year, reclassification to 2A for the first time, but your team and your program has handled this very well. It's almost as if there was not a difference in moving up from 1A to 2A. You have continued to be very successful, as evidenced by the consecutive region championships. You won 2 straight in Class 1A. You moved to 2A and you win 2 straight again, and going undefeated in region play both of those times. So, Coach, you're just being 2A and how your team has handled that challenge the last couple of years.
Well, I mean, we took it last year, I don't think a lot of people expected us to. I thought they thought maybe we could compete, but we wouldn't be able to, win anything. And goes back to what I said. Now, I'll tell you, 1A ball is pretty good. People, I think, overlook at a lot of times. And there's a lot of good small teams out there that play really good football. And move it up. Not only moving up 2A, I think we moved into one of the tougher 2A regions around. 3 out of our 4 one night. So, like I said, we had a couple of good teams that did make the playoffs out of our region this year that may have made it out if there's another region. But, we had competed in some good 1A regions, I felt like. And when we moved up, our kids looked at it sort of as a challenge. I mean, all the way across the board, we looked at it as a challenge to see what we'd be able to do. And, more than likely, we'll be back down to 1A next year. I mean, it's probably just a 2-year, the way the numbers look, it was, just a 2-year stint that we was going to be up in 2A, and we'll be back down to our traditional 1A, after this year.
We are in our Noble Bank and Trust post-game presser speaking with the head coach of the Spring Garden Panthers, Coach Jason Howard, moving on to the second round after their 55-20 win tonight at home at Panther Stadium against Hatton. Speaking of Hatton, Coach, and you're well-versed in playoffs now, Spring Garden is now developing a rich tradition of going deep into the playoffs these last several years. How hard is it? It's not as hard as it used to be in the old days because of huddle and things like that, but how hard is it to prepare for a team that you haven't seen in person? You really don't have any common opponents. They're located 3 hours away on the other side of the state. From a coaching and preparation standpoint, how tough is that to get ready to play somebody that you really don't know a whole lot about?
Well, I mean, I'm fortunate enough. I got some friends that's in the coaching ranks over that way also, so I was able to talk to them. They told, but not being able to see them in person, that is a disadvantage all the way around. But the way Huddle it works now, the way everything works, we had like 8 of their 10 films on them, so we had seen just about every game that they had played this year. So we knew what their tendencies was and all like that. But that is one of the difficulties once you get into the playoffs, is the fact that, it's not like you can drive 30 or 45 minutes to go watch them play if they have a Thursday night game or anything like that. You can't drive all the way across the state a lot of times, and we don't hear a whole lot about them. Like I said, I talked to some friends I had that was over that way, and they told me a good bit about them. But even if, no matter how big we thought they were, once our kids saw it, like I said, you just can't simulate. Sort of like speed. It's hard to simulate speed in practice. It's hard to simulate a kid that's 6'4", 270 pounds in practice, too.
Coach, let's talk about the big pictures. We'll come back and talk about this year's team, but the Spring Garden, we mentioned that, and for the life of the school, you never mentioned Spring Garden football and tradition in the same sentence. But what has happened over the last decade at Spring Garden under your leadership has been that tradition now has become a word now that we use with Spring Garden football. There's an expectation now with Spring Garden after making especially that semifinal run last year. Tell us about the expectation level currently today of Spring Garden football.
Well, we appreciate it. I think there is an expectation level to that. When I took the job back in 2003, Mr. Welch told me whenever he hired me, he said, hey, the best thing about the job is the worst thing about the job. And that's the fact that there's not going to be any pressure to win. And I said, well, that's the first thing we got to change. And I think we have. I think we've got to the point now where it's expected by the community and expected by our players and a lot of people for us to win. And we talked to our players about it, about playing to a standard that we want to see it, that's been set before them. And that goes all the way back to some of those teams back in 07, 08, it first turned this thing around and got them into the playoffs and sort of laid the groundwork for what was going to be expected for everybody after them. And then, over the past 10 years, they've, since I came back after I left and since I came back, we've really got to where we're not only in the playoffs, but I think we've only lost one first round game throughout the time that I've been here, in the playoffs. And that's sort of what our kids expect, and that mindset carries you a lot of times.
Coach Howard, let's talk about and bring it back to the present day. Next week, Aliceville comes to town, a very fine football team making that trip from basically the Mississippi line to the Georgia line to your place next Friday night. Tell us about just not only Aliceville, because I know you haven't looked at a lot of film of them as of yet. They've got a great football team, no doubt, but just this football team and what you're kind of looking for to make the kind of run that you made last year.
Well, Aliceville's going to be very, very athletic. They got one of the best tailbacks probably in any classification in the state of Alabama. Quarterback's pretty solid. They're fairly big up front, too. We're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to, adjust some things for, to offset the speed that they're going to have on us and stuff like that. And, I think our kids will be excited, and I think they'll be up for the challenge of it.
Coach Howard, thank you so much. Thank you for the hospitality yesterday extended to us as we came out there yesterday and presented Team of the Week from the city of Oxford and our Anniston Orthopedic score shirts to you and your football team. Appreciate the hospitality yesterday. Best wishes to you and your football team as you continue to make your way through the Class 2A state playoffs.
John, thank y'all for all y'all do for us, man. We appreciate it.
Jason Howard, head coach of the Spring Garden High School Panthers. Spring Garden winners tonight in the first round of the Class 2A state playoffs, 55-20 over Hatton. Speaking of Anniston Orthopedics, we talked about those score shirts. Anniston Orthopedics continues to have their great injury clinic open on Saturday mornings at the Tyler Center, the third floor of the Tyler Center in Anniston. And they will be open at 8 o'clock in the morning and every Saturday morning during football season. Dedicated to what moves you, Anniston Orthopedics with that Saturday morning sports injury clinic, 8 a.m. every Saturday, third floor of the Tyler Center in Anniston. More of the high school football Alabama scoreboard in just a moment.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish, ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The X-Mark Radius. This is the mower that cut the lawn where you watched your family explore. The Radius will get you on and off the lawn quickly with the signature cut, comfort, and reliability more landscape pros trust. X-Mark, official mowers of the Backyard Line. Get into a Radius as low as $93 per month with approved credit. Check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, or Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
We are back at the RMC Media Center on the campus of Parker Memorial Baptist Church on Quintard in Midtown Anniston on this Football Friday night with the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford, with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. Let's go through brackets. We've been through 1A. Let's take you through the 2A and 3A brackets now. Every score in the state of Alabama and the games that are coming up next week. And let's jump to Class 2A. We will begin, as always, in the South. Isabella tonight beating J.U. Blackshear 40-6. Meanwhile, last night at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, we had a top 10 matchup between number 9 B.B. Comer and number 8 G.W. Long. B.B. Comer won that game 37-29. So next week we will have Isabella, now 8-3, hosting 9-2 B.B. Comer. That game will be over in the Maplesville area in Chilton County at Isabella. We continue to look at the South bracket in Class 2A. Clark County tonight at home in Grove Hill beat the Thorsby Rebels 47-8. Ariton at home surprising the Lafayette Bulldogs 48-20. So next Friday night, Clark County back at home again in Grove Hill. The Bulldogs are number 2 in the final ASWA poll. They are 9-2 overall, taking on an Ariton team that is number 6, and they improved tonight with that win over Lafayette to 10-1. The number 1 team in the state, not only in the region there, but the number 1 team in the state. By the way, those numbers you're seeing are not state rankings. Those are region, where they finished in their respective regions. Number 1, Lynette, number 1 overall in the state and in their region. They won over Geneva County of Hartford tonight down at Morgan Washburn Stadium in Lynette, 18-0. Luverne tonight at home beating Greene County 41-6. So next week it will be number 1 Lynette, now 9-2. They will be at home once again at Morgan Washburn Stadium, taking on number 10 Luverne, who improved to 9-1 overall with that win tonight over Greene County. Staying in the South, Elba beating our Ranburne Bulldogs from up in this part of the state of Alabama. Elba 55-28 winners over Ranburne. They will advance to the second round of the 2A playoffs to take on the Highland Home Flying Squadron. Two of the best nicknames in Alabama. Highland Home, the Flying Squadron. Orange Beach, the Makos, that's a shark. Highland Home wins at Orange Beach tonight, 28-7. So what we're going to have this week is we will have Elba, the number 3 team in the state in 2A. They will now travel to Highland Home to take on the Flying Squadron up in Crenshaw County. Highland Home now only 6-5 on the year. Elba improves to 10-1 with that win over Ranburne this evening. Now we come to North Alabama. High-scoring game tonight up at Pisgah on Sand Mountain. Sulligent comes in. They win over the Pisgah Eagles by a score of 52-38 as they improve to 7-4. One of the big surprises tonight, a very well thought of Lexington team. Lexington coming in 7-3. Southeastern goes to Lexington. They beat the Golden Bears up in Lauderdale County tonight impressively. 48-28. It really wasn't that close. Southeastern improving to 7-4. They will be at home next week as the Sulligent Blue Devils come to town also at 7-4. Staying in the North, Midfield tonight at home, beating North Sand Mountain 34-20, the final score down in Jefferson County at Midfield. And Cleveland, the Panthers, very impressive. The number 7 team in the state. They beat Colbert County 35-7 over at Dixon Stadium in Cleveland tonight. So Midfield now 9-1. Cleveland, the number 7 team in the state in Class 2A, improves to 9-2. And next week, that game will find Cleveland traveling to play at Midfield next Friday night. Mars Hill Bible, your defending state champions in Class 2A, rolling tonight at home in Florence over Sandrock, 48-13. The number 4 ranked Panthers, they will be at home again next week. They're now 8-3. They will be taking on the Tanner Rattlers. Tanner tonight beating Lamar County of Vernon 35-27. Tanner improves to 8-3. And next week, Tanner will travel over to Florence to take on Mars Hill Bible. Also, our final bracket in Class 2A, we just heard from Spring Garden head coach Jason Howard. Spring Garden, the number 5 team in the state, improves to 11-0 officially with a 55-20 win over Hatton tonight. They will get Aliceville. Aliceville 8-3 after a 46-6 win over the Eider Hornets tonight at Aliceville. Next week, that is Aliceville and Spring Garden playing at Spring Garden in the second round of the Class 2A state playoffs. Now we move to Class 3A, and I think we're going to begin, it looks like we're going to begin in the north here. I'm not sure there, but we've got, I think we're going to go back and go to the south. Here's the south. Montgomery Academy tonight playing at home in Montgomery, beating the Flomaton Hurricanes 35-7. Montgomery Academy improves to 8-3 overall. They will get a game only 2 miles away, probably the shortest distance in the second round next week. Trinity Presbyterian of Montgomery beating Wicksburg tonight 51-23. So Trinity Presbyterian improves to 9-2. And so two rivals meeting each other, but they're in different regions, only about 2 miles apart. Next week, Trinity Presbyterian travels just down the street, literally, to take on the Montgomery Academy Eagles. MA at 8-3, Trinity at 9-2. Also in the South tonight, T.R. Miller of Bruton, number 6 team in the state in Class 3A, beating Hale County of Moundville 20-7. They will get the Opp Bobcats, coached by former Alabama head football coach Mike Dubose. Opp tonight beat Reeltown 35-6. Opp, the number 8 team in the state in Class 3A, improving to 9-2. So number 6 and number 8 next week at Bruton Municipal Stadium. Opp goes in to Bruton to take on the T.R. Miller Tigers. Staying in the South, the team that represented the South last year in 3A, Montgomery Catholic, the number 1 team in the state. They improved to 11-0. They beat Houston Academy of Dothan tonight in Montgomery, 56-7. They'll get Bayside Academy out of Daphne. Bayside, the number 10 team in the state, on the road at Southside of Selma, handed Selma only their second loss of the year. Bayside improves to 9-2, and that means Montgomery Catholic will now make the long drive from Montgomery to Daphne to face Bayside Academy. That will be coming up next Friday night in the 3A playoffs down in Daphne. Staying in the South, Slocum, the Red Tops tonight at home, beat Dadeville 28-16. Slocum improves to 8-3. They'll get Hillcrest Evergreen, a battle of 5-5 teams tonight. Hillcrest Evergreen at home in Evergreen, beating Thomasville 27-19. So that will be Hillcrest improving to 6-5, and next week Hillcrest travels to Slocum to face the Red Tops. Coming to North Alabama now in Class 3A, Fife beating Walter Welborn tonight 34-0. Fife now number 2 in the state, improving to 9-1. They will get J.B. Pennington of Bluntsville. J.B. Pennington went on the road tonight to Phil Campbell and beat the Bobcats in a bit of a surprise, 10-7. So next week, Fife will travel down to Blount County to Bluntsville to take on the J.B. Pennington Tigers. Pennington at 8-3, Fife at 9-1. Sachs with that win tonight over Plainview, 46-43. The Wildcats will be at home for the second week in a row. Sachs ranked number 5 in the final ASWA poll. They are now 10-1. They'll have the Oakman Wildcats coming to town. Oakman beat Colbert Heights of Tuscumbia 36-7 tonight over at Oakman. Oakman at 9-2, coming to Jack Stewart Field at Sachs in the second round of the 3A playoffs next week. Lauderdale County of Rogersville beats Vinemont tonight 28-6. Lauderdale County, the number 7 team in 3A. They will now go on the road with a 10-1 record, and they will come to Piedmont to take on the Bulldogs. Piedmont will be back at home at the Field of Champions as they beat Sylvania 40-20. Piedmont now improves to 9-2. The number 4 team in the state, a number 4 versus number 7 matchup at the Field of Champions next week in Piedmont. And Winfield and Ohatchee will play each other next week. That game will be on the road at Winfield. Winfield beat Clements 62-14 tonight. Winfield 11-0, the number 3 team in the state in Class 3A. They will be at home again next week as the Ohatchee Indians beat Geraldine tonight 34-13 on the Creek Bank at Ohatchee. Ohatchee improves to 9-2. Ohatchee has had their way with Winfield in the past, but it will be Ohatchee and Winfield next week. That game will be taking place at Winfield coming up next Friday night. And when we come back, we'll continue to look through brackets. This is how Muscle Team, Player of the Week, and a whole lot more as we roll toward 12 midnight. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and on the Big 95.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights, proudly brought to you by Alabama Power. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Drive through the Twinkling Light Show, then stop and enter Santa's Village, sponsored by First Bank of Alabama, for delicious food, outdoor skating, and a visit with Santa. Come and see the wonder that is Festival of Lights. Open November 20th through December 24th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford, rolling on this football Friday night. Time for our Young Oil Grub Mart Muscle Team. We're honoring the guys that are in the trenches, the offensive and defensive linemen all across East Alabama, adding 2 more members to the muscle team tonight. First from the Weaver Bearcats, Damian Generalo. Let me tell you about him. He's a senior offensive and defensive tackle for Weaver. Coach Gary Ashley says Damian is a leader on both sides of the ball and is a player that does all the small things well in the classroom, on the field, and in the weight room as well. Damian Generalo from Weaver, adding to our muscle team from the Young Oil Grub Mart. Also, from the Cherokee County Warriors, Jay Watts. He is a 6'2", 280-pound senior offensive tackle for the Warriors, leads the team in knockdowns. Cherokee County head coach Jacob Kelly says he has the highest blocking grade on the Warrior offensive line. He also, by the way, carries a 3.8 GPA. Congratulations to Jay Watts of the Cherokee County Warriors. Also, a new member of our Young Oil Grub Mart muscle team. And our Farmers and Merchants Bank Player of the Week from the games last week is running back Asher Keck of Westbrook Christian. I was talking tonight at the Ohatchee game with Westbrook head coach Drew Knowles, and he was telling me about this young man. He's only a 10th grader. 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. Last week in their 37-26 win on the road at Donahoe, he carried the ball 21 times, 234 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Asher Keck of Westbrook Christian, he is our Farmers and Merchants Bank Player of the Week. And we want to also tell you about our fine friends at Awards. To remember, you saw the Tough Guy Trophy earlier. that is just scratching the surface of what they have to offer at Awards to Remember. Professionals in recognizing winners with trophies, plaques, medals, all types of awards. They specialize in school and athletic awards, a full line of screen printing with t-shirts, polos, any kind of textile. 39 years in business. They have been named one of the top 10 awards dealers in the entire Southeast. Check out their inventory of awards by going to awardstoremember.com. Awards to Remember, where recognition gets results. More of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford in just a moment.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The Exmark Quest. This is the mower that cuts the lawn that became the place your kids grew up. The Exmark Quest. The cut, quality, and performance more landscape pros trust at a price you can afford. Exmark. Official mowers of the backyard life. Get into a Quest as low as $62 per month with approved credit. Come check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
And we are back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard on this football Friday night. Time to go back to our Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River brackets tonight. We are up to Class 4A. We will begin, as always, in the South. American Christian tonight, the number 2 team in Class 4A, playing host to Williamson of Mobile tonight in Tuscaloosa. American Christian wins the game 41-12. AHSAA improving to 10-1 overall. They get the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Jacksonville tonight beating Alabama Christian 42-21 at Jacksonville. And Jacksonville now improving to 7-3. It will be Jacksonville traveling to Tuscaloosa to take on American Christian next Friday night in the second round of the 4A playoffs. Viger, no problem tonight at home in Pritchard, beating West Blockton 40-0. Viger, the number 3 team in the state in Class 4A, improving to 10-1. They will make the long road trip north. This will be about as long as a road trip as you're going to see in high school football in this state. Viger is going to come to play in center next week. Cherokee County, an impressive win tonight down in Andalusia at Strawn, 34-26. Cherokee County goes to 7-3. So Cherokee County back at home. Bobby Joe Johnson Field in center next Friday night, hosting the Viger Wolves. Hanley routed Geneva tonight at home, 42-6 in Roanoke. They will get Bibb County. Great football game tonight in Centerville. The Choctaws outscoring Mobile Christian tonight, 40-36. Hanley, the number 7 team in 4A, improving to 8-2. Bibb County now 9-2, and next week Bibb County comes to Roanoke to take on the Hanley High School Tigers. Staying in the South, Anniston tried a 2-point conversion late in the game, did not convert. St. James hangs on tonight in Montgomery to beat Anniston 28-26. St. James improves to 10-1, the number 8 team in the state in 4A. They will get Jackson. Jackson tonight, the number 9 team in the state in Class 4A, improving to 9-2. They were at home, and they beat Montevallo 44-20. So next week it will be Jackson traveling to Montgomery to face St. James in a number 9 versus number 8 matchup in Class 4A. As we go to 4A in North Alabama now, Madison Academy routing Hamilton 55-0. Madison Academy going to 10-1. They are the number 1 team in the state in the final ASWA poll. They will get Priceville. Priceville 10-1, one of the top offenses in the state. Priceville wins over Etowah tonight, 31-14. Next week, Priceville makes the short trip up I-65 to Madison to take on the Madison Academy Mustangs. Also tonight, Northside beating Madison County 35-31. That game was played at Samantha at Northside High School. The Rams, the number 4 team in the state in Class 4A, beating Madison County. Beating Madison County tonight. I think we.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights, proudly brought to you by Alabama Power. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Drive through the Twinkling Light Show, then stop and enter Santa's Village, sponsored by First Bank of Alabama, for delicious food, outdoor skating, and a visit with Santa. Come and see the wonder that is Festival of Lights. Open November 20th through December 24th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I can't imagine life without Gwen, but we came dangerously close.
I was having chest pains.
Luckily, there was a hospital nearby that quickly discovered one of her arteries was 100% blocked. A hospital with life-saving technology and the latest in cardiac treatment, with an experienced team of doctors and nurses focused on fixing Gwen's heart. What hospital had all of that?
It was all right here at RMC.
Anniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Anniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Anniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.annistonortho.com. Anniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
Well, we are rolling on a football Friday night. I'll just tell you that. I'm still alive. I will tell you that. And I'm still kicking on this football Friday night. So we are going to continue now with the 4A bracket. Literally, folks, I don't know that this ever happened before. I could not speak. But that is past now, so we're ready to go. A lot of talking tonight with 208 games in the state tonight, or 208 teams, 104 games in the state tonight. So a lot of names and scores and stuff to spit out. So sometimes it just stops. Madison Academy, we're going to pick up in 4A in the north now. 4A in the north as we go back to our Dad's Barbecue top of the river brackets tonight. Number one, Madison Academy. Number one not only in their region. Again, those numbers you're seeing are region standings. Madison Academy, 55-0 over Hamilton tonight in Madison as they go to 10-1. They'll get Priceville. Priceville ended Etowah's season tonight, 31-14 up at Priceville. So as we said, Priceville making that short trip up I-65 to Madison to take on Madison Academy. Both teams will come into that game 10-1 in the second round of the 4A playoffs. Also, Northside, before my voice just died, I was trying to tell you that Northside beat Madison County tonight down in Samantha in northern Tuscaloosa County, 35-31. They will get Good Hope. Good Hope beat Central of Florence 27-24. One of the best games of the state tonight in that game at Good Hope. So next week it will be number 4 Northside, and Northside improves to 10-1, taking on an 8-3 Good Hope team. And that game will be at Northside as Good Hope travels from Coleman County to Tuscaloosa County for that game. Also tonight, Brooks beat Dora 41-21. Brooks, the number 5 team in the state in Class 4A. They improved to 11-0 overall as they will get Randolph. The Raiders having their best season in school history by far. Randolph now is 10-1 after their 38-0 win over traditional power Fayette County tonight up in Huntsville. Now, Randolph will travel over on Highway 72 from Huntsville over to the Florence area to Killen to take on the Brooks Lions next Friday night in a battle of basically 10-1 Randolph and 11-0 Brooks. And our final game in the north in Class 4A, Aniana tonight at home at Gilbert Stadium beating Rogers 40-14. Gordo, the team that represented the north in the state championship game last year in 4A at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Gordo beat North Jackson with no problem tonight, 37-7 down at Gordo. But it will be Gordo. This should be a great game. Gordo traveling into Aniana to take on the Redskins coming up next Friday night. Great deal at RMC. Of course, RMC, we're in the RMC Media Center here at Parker Memorial Baptist Church on Quintard Avenue in Midtown Anniston. RMC, early detection saves lives, and they are going to be giving away 50 free mammograms. 235-5141 Regional Medical Center Foundation in partnership with Eastman to provide these 50 free mammograms. Call 235-5141. That is the number to call for RMC Health System. We'll be back with more of the high school football Alabama scoreboard, 5A, 6A, 7A brackets, and more as we roll on this football Friday night.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right. with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, or Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish, ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Back on the high school football Alabama scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our hardworking high school football Alabama team with you. We're going to overtime tonight in this first round of the playoffs to make sure we get you all the final scores and matchups and things like that. So if you've been hanging out with us tonight, just hang on. We're going to be with you all the way past midnight tonight. So let's go ahead and take you now and talk about how you can watch the show. This is great during the playoffs because we have a lot of teams from East Alabama that are traveling, right? You're traveling and you're going all the way across the state, but you want to know what all the scores are. You want to know all the information about local teams. Go to High School Football Alabama on Facebook and you can watch the show from anywhere in the world, including anywhere, obviously, here in the state of Alabama. You can go to High School Football Alabama on YouTube and watch the show. So here's the deal. You go to one of these long road trips that folks are going to be taking. Let's say Jacksonville, going to Tuscaloosa next week to American Christian. Out of the game, you come in, you get on your phone, you go to High School Football Alabama on Facebook or on YouTube, and you watch the show all the way back, not driving now. But if someone else is driving, you watch the show all the way back from Tuscaloosa back to Jacksonville next week. That's what you need to tell folks to do. Like us, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, tell your friends about it, share the link to our High School Football Alabama, Facebook page. Share that link. Do all of that. Go to highschoolfootballalabama.com, and a lot of great information during the week that we'll have for you as well. highschoolfootballalabama.com, High School Football Alabama on Facebook, and High School Football Alabama on YouTube. Now, earlier in the show tonight, we had the ladies here from Beyond the Bleachers, Connie Davidson. She is the wife of legendary basketball coach at Oxford, Hall of Fame coach Larry Davidson, who is the athletic director at Oxford. Also, Kimberly Adams here, the wife of the head football coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, Sam Adams. Just 2 of 288 coaches' wives are involved in Beyond the Bleachers, and we want all coaches' wives across East Alabama to come to Oxford next Saturday morning, November 13th, 10 a.m. for the free Coaches' Wives Brunch. This is 10 a.m., Hubbard's off Main in downtown Oxford, right next to the Oxford Performing Arts Center. Free brunch, motivational message, fantastic giveaways, all next Saturday, November 13th, 10 a.m. You see that in parentheses there. Coaches' wives only. Okay, but if you're a coach's wife of any sport, not just football, you come and be a part of that with Beyond the Bleachers. Also, we want to tell you this is not free, it's a Dutch treat, but if you are a coach, a retired coach, a retired administrator, and official of any sport, there's a great group that gets together and they tell a lot of great stories. It's called the Mighty Ballers, and they are going to have their first meeting in quite a while since we had all this COVID-19 stuff going on. They haven't been able to meet, but they're going to meet again coming up this coming Wednesday, November the 10th at the Western Sizzlin in Oxford, right there on Highway 78, 11 o'clock. If you get there at 10:30, you'll get even more stories. I have been to this before. I go usually, and so basically what you've got is folks sitting around eating a great meal and telling about the old days and telling great stories, great fellowship. So if you're a coach, this is your invitation to be there Wednesday at 11 at the Western Sizzlin in Oxford for the Mighty Ballers. They'll also meet in December, January, and February as well. We'll come back with more brackets and scores as we roll on a Football Friday night.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Open November 20th through December 24th. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
There's a lot to think about when you're having a baby. Colors of the nursery, names, and most importantly, where to deliver.
We want a hospital that gives families a more personalized birthing experience.
With a compassionate team of doctors and nurses, and a hospital where my baby and I could instantly bond with all the comforts of home.
So where do we find all that?
Right here at RMC, the first designated baby-friendly hospital in Alabama.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sacks Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights. Chocolaco Park in Oxford, Alabama is transformed into a winter wonderland and is the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. Open November 20th through December 24th. To get your tickets, visit oxfordlights.com.
WHMA FM, Thompson City, Aniston, Oxford, WKLS HD3, Southside, and W248CE, 97.5 FM, Gadsden. HighSchoolFootballAlabama.com, the Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Aniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
We are past midnight here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder with you on this Football Friday night. We're going to continue to run through brackets now. We are up to Class 5A now. As we look at the Class 5A bracket, we will begin, as always, in South Alabama, presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River. Demopolis tonight at home had no problem with BC Rain out of Mobile. BC Rain came in 3-6. Demopolis wins the game 49-6 to improve to 7-4. They will get Andalusia, and they will travel to Andalusia to take on the Bulldogs. Andalusia winning at Sylacauga tonight 42-7. Also in the South, UMS Wright Prep, no problem with the Marbury Bulldogs, winning 45-7. They will get Greenville next week. Greenville beat Tallahassee. Really a surprise. Thought this would be a great game. Greenville beat Tallahassee 32-0. So next week it will be Greenville traveling to Mobile to take on UMS Wright Prep. UMS, the number 4 team in 5A at 10-1. Greenville now 8-3. Central of Clay County having no problem with Carroll of Ozark as they win the game 41-14 tonight down at Volunteer Stadium. Faith Academy of Mobile beat Shelby County of Columbiana. They came all the way north to Shelby County and won that game 42-14. So it will be Clay Central 9-2 now, number 8 team in the state. They will have to travel to Mobile next Friday night to take on the Faith Academy Rams, who are 6-4. Staying in the South, number 1 Pike Road. The Pike Road Patriots 37-0 winners over Holtville, the number 1 team in the state and the number 1 team in the region. They are 10-0 now. They will take on St. Paul's Episcopal. St. Paul's winning over Selma tonight 36-0, so a top 10 matchup next week. Number 10 St. Paul's will be traveling to Pike Road to take on the Patriots. Pike Road, as we said, 10-0. St. Paul's improves to 8-3. Now we come into North Alabama in Class 5A. Ramsey goes to Gunnersville tonight, and they beat the Gunnersville Wildcats at Chorley Stadium 28-20. And also Centerpoint scored 66 tonight at East Limestone as they beat the Indians 66-36. So next week, all-Metro Birmingham second-round matchup, it will be Ramsey. They are now 6-4 off after knocking off number 5 Gunnersville tonight. They will be taking on a Centerpoint team who is now 8-3. Pleasant Grove, no problem with the Douglas Eagles tonight. Pleasant Grove wins it 55-0 at home. Leeds wins at home against Lee of Huntsville 41-22. Interesting matchup next week. Leeds on the road at Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove, the number 2 team in Class 5A. They are 9-1, taking on the Leeds Green Wave, who is now 10-1, ranked number 6 in the final ASWA poll. Russellville beats the Lincoln Golden Bears tonight 41-14. I thought this was maybe a little bit of an upset tonight. Fairview beating Fairfield 30-28. So that is going to be Russellville at home, the number 9 team in 5A, now 9-2, taking on a 10-1 Fairview Aggie team coming over from Coleman County. Finally in 5A, Alexandria, the game you heard right here on the Big 95, the Valley Cubs over Ardmore, 52-6 at Death Valley in Alexandria. Alexandria now 11-0, ranked number 3 in the final ASWA poll. They will take on number 7 Parker of Birmingham. The Thundering Herd now 10-1 as Parker won over Boaz tonight in Birmingham 31-21. Let's go to Class 6A now. We'll begin in the South. Again, a bit of an upset. Baldwin County comes north out of Bay Minette. They beat Helena tonight at Helena 32-29. Baldwin County goes to 8-3 now. They will take on Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa, who blasted Carville Montgomery tonight 56-6 over in Tuscaloosa. Hillcrest now improving to 9-2. So next week it will be Hillcrest traveling all the way down to Bay Minette to take on the Baldwin County Tigers. Saraland, the number 6 Spartans at home tonight against Wetumpka. They beat the Indians 37-7 as Saraland goes to 9-2. Lee of Montgomery improves to 8-2 as the Generals tonight at Crampton Bowl in Montgomery beat a good McAdory team 33-25. Hueytown is averaging 55 points a game. They are the leading scoring team regardless of classification in the state, and Hueytown scored 50 tonight. The number 7 Golden Gophers, watch out for them. They beat Eufaula tonight 50-13 to improve to 10-1. They will travel to Mobile next week to take on McGill-Toolen. McGill-Toolen came to Pelham tonight and beat the Panthers 20-6. McGill-Toolen 7-4. Next week, Hueytown traveling to Mobile. Opelika tonight beat Northridge of Tuscaloosa 45-20. Opelika now 8-3. They will get number 4 Spanish Fort. The last 2 times they've had the Super 7 and 6A, Spanish Fort has been there. They've been denied. but Spanish Fort trying to win another state championship. Spanish Fort now 10-1, ranked number 4 in the last ASWA poll. They beat Calera tonight at home at the Fort, 41-13. In the North, in Class 6A, Oxford beating Chelsea 30-20. Oxford improves to 7-4, and they will get an old nemesis. These two teams have had great games through the years. Pinson Valley wins at Muscle Shoals tonight 28-21, knocking off the Trojans. Pinson Valley will return back home to Willie Adams Stadium. The number 9 Indians are now 8-3. Oxford will be moving in there to take on Pinson Valley next Friday night in the second round of the 6A playoffs. Mountain Brook, that impressive win tonight over Southside, 63-0. Mountain Brook now 10-1. Their only loss to Thompson. Jackson Olin beat Coleman tonight 22-14. Jackson Olin goes to 9-2. Next week, Jackson Olin travels crosstown in Birmingham over the mountain to face Mountain Brook. One of the surprises tonight, the number 2 team in the state in Class 6A, Hartselle, fell at home. They were undefeated 10-0, but Gardendale, the Rockets, come in and win 35-28 to improve to 9-2. Gardendale goes to Homewood. Homewood went into Arab tonight, and they upended the Knights 42-14. So next week it will be Gardendale at 9-2, taking on a 6-5 Homewood team. That game will be at Waldrop Stadium at Homewood. Clay Chalkville, the number 1 team in the state in the ASWA poll, beating Decatur tonight 42-0. They will get Briarwood Christian. This is a top 5 matchup next week. Briarwood beat Fort Payne 35-12. So Clay Chalkville at 11-0, and Briarwood Christian now coming in at 10-1 in a top 5 matchup coming up next week, and that game will be out at Clay Chalkville. Let's talk about our fine friends at Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue, located on 2 locations, north and south in Anniston. They're on McClellan Boulevard in Anniston. They're also on Noble Street in Anniston. And let me tell you, they have got tremendously great food. You love barbecue, all the great side items that they have at Dad's Barbecue. They have the drive-thru available at both locations if you don't want to go in. A relatively brand new facility on the McClellan Boulevard campus, if you will, of Dad's Barbecue. I tell you, the turkey, let me just tell you about the turkey. They have the moist, the great turkey. We got just 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. And let me tell you, folks, this is the place to go to get your smoked ham, smoked turkey. It's phenomenal. It's the best turkey you'll have anywhere from Dad's Barbecue, and they'll slice it for you and do all of that. Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River combining together to bring you the brackets tonight here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard. When we come back, we'll take a look at Class 7A, Spirit Scholarship, and more as we wrap things up on this Football Friday night.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, or Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive-through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The X-Mark Radius. This is the mower that cut the lawn where you watched your family explore. The Radius will get you on and off the lawn quickly with the signature cut, comfort, and reliability more landscape pros trust. X-Mark, official mowers of the backyard line. Get into a Radius as low as $93 per month with approved credit. Check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
A little overtime tonight on the high school football Alabama scoreboard. Hey, we only had 208 teams in the state. We only had 104 games going on, and we're giving you all of those, plus the matchups, plus highlights, and all the other things that we do. It has been a action-packed football Friday night here at the high school football Alabama scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. Let's take you now through the largest classification in the state, Class 7A, as we go to our Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River brackets. In the South, Central of Phoenix City had no problem with Daphne tonight down at Garrett Harrison Stadium in Phoenix City. 38-7 winners. The number 3 Red Devils now move on. They are 11-0, and they will be at home next week taking on the Theodore Bobcats. Theodore, number 7 in Class 7A, beating Prattville tonight. Great game, 30-26. Prattville, or I should say Theodore, is now 10-1. Also in the South, by the way, this will be, in essence, coming up next week, this will be the quarterfinals already for Class 7A. They have one less round than the rest of the state. Enterprise tonight went in and beat Fairhope. Fairhope came in at 9-1. Enterprise now 8-3 after they went at Fairhope 35-10. Auburn at home tonight, no problem, beating Baker out of Mobile 39-3. Auburn, the number 4 team in the state, so this will be a 6 versus 4 matchup, a rematch of a regular season game. They're in the same region with each other, so that game will be at Auburn. Auburn at 9-2, Enterprise at 8-3. North Alabama, it was kind of crazy tonight. First, last night, Oak Mountain beat James Clemens 38-35. We had 2 back-to-back games involving teams in the city of Madison, both in 7A, played. Supposedly, we're going to tell you what happened here that was crazy at Madison City Stadium. Well, last night, Oak Mountain goes in and they beat previously unbeaten James Clemens, who came in 10-0, 38-35, kicking a field goal, a 32-yard field goal on the last play of the game to win it. So Oak Mountain now 7-4. They'll get Thompson. Thompson beat them in the regular season. Thompson, of course, tonight winning over Florence 56-14. Thompson, the number 2 team in the state. And, of course, they come in at 10-1 now after that win over Florence. So Oak Mountain and Thompson next week in Alabaster. And the final game in the North, Hoover tonight beating Sparkman 56-14. Hoover, as we said, number 1 in the last ASWA poll, now 11-0. Taking on Hewitt Trussville and Bob Jones. Here's where things got crazy. Bob Jones playing at that same Madison City Stadium tonight. The lights didn't work. So they had to move the game to Milton Frank Stadium in downtown Huntsville, and they did not start the game until 10 o'clock. This game just ended about 20 minutes ago with Hewitt Trussville going on the road through all that chaos and winning at Bob Jones 42-20. So a Hewitt, Trussville, and Hoover rematch next week. Number 1 Hoover, number 8 Hewitt Trussville. They played in the regular season. Hoover won, obviously. Hewitt Trussville goes to 9-2. Hoover at 11-0. And before we leave you tonight, we want to remind you the voting is getting down to the nitty-gritty. You have until 12 noon sharp on Monday, this coming Monday, November 8th, to vote for our Farmers and Merchants Bank Spirit Scholarship contestants. The final 30, which is what we're down to now, they get a $50 gift card each from Farmers and Merchants Bank. But then you, the high school football Alabama fans across East Alabama from 15 high schools, every school in Calhoun County, plus Spring Garden, you will be choosing one male athlete, one female athlete by going to High School Football Alabama on Facebook to receive a $1,500 scholarship. We'll announce it next Friday night and have the winners right here on our High School Football Alabama scoreboard. All you have to do is go to High School Football Alabama on Facebook and like the picture before 12 noon on Monday of the one that you want to vote for. Here are all the contestants once again from Spring Garden, Allie Jennings and Chaz Pope. From Piedmont, Emily Farmer and Landon Smart. From Oxford, Ella Wilson and Miguel Mitchell. Jacksonville High School, Alyssa Harris and Q Long. From Faith Christian School, Anna Stroutman and Colton Palman. Representing the Donahoe School, Yana Osofska and Brady Patterson. From White Plains, Camden Wilson and Kendrick Ball. Representing the Sacs Wildcats, Shakarian Gay and Sean Parnell. Ohatchee, Kylie Barnes and Brenton Honecker. Representing the Pleasant Valley Raiders, Riley Haynes and Garrett Cranmer. The nominees from Weaver High School, Tiana Lawrence and Cole Perry. Alexandria, Lexi Weber and Austin West. From Jacksonville Christian Academy, J.C. Brackett and Brody Clay. The nominees from Anniston High School, Shawana Jackson and Tayden Jones. And finally, our last two representing Walter Welborn High School, Katie Daniel and Braden Dempsey. Go to High School Football Alabama on Facebook and vote between now and Monday at 12 noon. That's going to wrap it up for the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show presented by the City of Oxford. Have a blessed weekend. We'll see you back here for second round playoff action next Friday night at 9:45.
High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is a production of Fairfax Garden Media.